Welcome back to the New York Sports Exchange, episode number 118. And the Buffalo Bills are frauds? Huh?
More in shambles than anything. That's kind of where I'm at. I
They
don't even
are,
know if it's fraudulent.
yeah,
It's just in
that makes
shambles.
yeah, they're in shambles, man. This is bad. This is really bad if you're a Bills fan.
I just want to say something that people don't like to mention, and now it's finally coming into play because they are losing games. Is that this man is Josh Allen is a turnover machine? How are you going to win football games like that? 6 games in a row. He's got 6 interceptions in a row. Not in a row, but in 6 games straight. That's really bad.
Yeah. The thing that I don't, and we'll deep dive into NFL Week 10, college football, and NBA as well. But we're just gonna start off with the Bills because this is my thing. Is I don't understand why you fire Ken Dorsey. Because here's the thing. I know Josh Allen has been turnover machine, whatever, all that. You can't really blame Ken Dorsey for the fumbles last night.
12 men on the field, you can't blame him.
The 12 men on the field, you can't blame him for. The offense really came back for most of the game. It was the defense that really had the failures. But here's a stat that I wanted to look over with you. Here's the Bills' offense through Week 10. First in success rate, fourth in QBR, third in yards per play, second and third down conversions, third in red zone efficiency. Why are you firing the offensive coordinator if the offense is the only thing right?
Yeah, you know what? I think I honestly don't know. I don't have the answer for you. I know the defense is struggling. They've dealt with injuries all year long. Matt Milano, huge blow. Tre'Davious White, they've been dealing with a lot of problems. But it stems. Josh Allen's play has been mediocre at best. I mean, look at last night. He was 15 for 26, 177 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
Defense.
Yeah, he did a QBR of 27.1 and a rating of 59.3. I mean, this is a guy we had MVP top 3 voting before the year started, and now I'm looking at it like, is he even playing like a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now? Really? Like, there's a lot of things.
I saw this with Rico Bosco. Right now, this year, who is a better quarterback, C.J. Stroud or Josh Allen?
Numbers don't lie, and he's been more efficient with less turnovers on a worse team, arguably.
Arguably, yeah. But I just don't understand why you fire Ken Dorsey. Because I think we all know where he's going to go next. He's either... I think his old buddy Brian Dable is going to get him a job in East Rutherford.
They got more problems than... It stems... It's not just the OC, Stan. I could be calling plays for them. Nothing would change.
I mean... let's just talk about the Giants. Honest to God, this was the most entertainment I've gotten out of a Giant game this
year.
From
CeeDee Lamb?
No, I started Dak in one of my fantasy leagues. He got me 52 points. That was fun. It was not because of the play on the field from the Giants. I was so entertained because I was so locked in on Tommy DeVito's dad, where this kid's just the perfect embodiment of just your average Italian American. Like, this is... with the whole thing with the media talking about how he still lives with his parents. His mother still makes his bed. He knows he's coming home to a great home-cooked Italian meal with chicken cutlet.
He still lives with his parents because he went 14 for 27 with 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, and he had a QBR of 18.
Let me talk about Tommy DeVito real quick. The fact he's got balls. He's got balls for saying that to the media. Because I would not tell anyone that my mother still makes my bed and still makes my dinner when I'm a practice squad quarterback for the New York Giants. But Tommy DeVito's dad during the game was so fucking funny, I couldn't even stop laughing. It was all, oh my God. When they went for it on 4th and 3 and they ran the read option and Tommy had like the wrong read, made the wrong read, you hear him go, and you just like, he's the perfect embodiment of an Italian father. Short, stocky, got the short little T-Rex arms. His hands are a little bit fat. He might have a couple of rings on there. He'll give you the Paulie Walnuts point. He just goes, "That's your 4th and 3 play," but just immediately blaming it on the coaching staff, which is just he's one of us. He's one of us.
I'll
Mr.
give you that.
DeVito is one of us.
I'll give you that. You know what enjoyment I had from this game? I had Brandon Cooks on my bench in fantasy, but 9 receptions for 173 yards, combated with CeeDee Lamb's 11 for 151. Two guys put up over 300 yards on you receiving. What is Stan? I'm gonna ask you this because you're a diehard Giants fan, and I get it.
Yes, I
But-
am.
Okay, the defense has been terrible. I mean, the
Oh, it's
offense has
been
been terrible. The offense has been terrible, but the defense has also been terrible. What is
Yeah,
good in
the
this
team
team?
has been
What is your? That's what I was getting at. What is your positive takeaway from this team? Because the coaching staff have made zero adjustments. I understand you're playing with terrible cards. You got a third string quarterback in. I know you're not trying to win, but geez, after a playoff run, you're playing like this.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how it is as a Giant fan, you know. I've said it on the show before how like I should never go into a season with high expectations because they'll just let me down. And every time I go into a season with low expectations, they overperform. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, I want to talk
That's
about
just
the
how it
Jets
is.
game. Now we'll flip to the Jets game because it's talking about me
Yeah.
with no expectations. Oh, jeez. How many times can we get in the
I
red
think,
zone and not score? How many
honestly-
times can we get in the red zone and not score? Are we just allergic to touchdowns? Are we just not like we can't get one? Or we just
I'd
get
put
Greg
I'd
Zerline
put
can't
the
kick?
blame on- Yeah, he can't kick. Uzama
can't
can't
kick.
block.
Zerline went 4-4. I don't mean that he can't kick. I mean that he can't just kick our way to
Oh.
a victory. We got to put
I'm an idiot.
we got to put something in the end zone. Something.
Uzama can't block. It's
No. Except when was it Tyler Conklin on his own team just blocking the end of the game on Garrett Wilson. I don't even think Zach Wilson played terrible. Other than that interception is a little ridiculous.
Zach played well. The interception was bad, but Zach played well. There was just the penalties are too much. It dates back to the Giant game where just the Giants were kept in that game because of the penalties.
And the thing is,
The Giants' best offensive play that game was a personal foul. Like
I wish I had the stat pulled. I don't know how many red zone penalties they can take before there's something going to change. Because how many times can you get to the 15, get to the 10, and then get pushed back consecutively on continuous first down plays, and now you're dealing with like a 1st and 20 all the way to 30 out of the red zone. We're settling for a field goal. They're not helping themselves. They're putting themselves in situations like this, and I feel bad for the defense because this defense is arguably the best defense in the league. I mean, Quinnen Williams has the most QB pressures on double teams. You got a great linebacking core. The edge rushing's been unbelievable. Jermaine Johnson stepped up to another level these past few games. I don't know. I don't have the answer for any Jet fans because they get to the red zone and they just don't score. And I don't know what you need to change. The penalties, the O-line blocking, the play calling, but something has to change next week when they get to the red zone because they're playing the Bills. When they get to the red zone, they have to score. It's a must.
They do. I mean, I will say though, going into this episode, I was going to talk about how the Jets' hopes are, close to gone. But after what the Bills did on Monday night, and after Aaron Rodgers saying that wants to be back by like early to mid-December, how can you not have hope?
Yeah.
How can you not have hope right now? Like that's insane to me.
As a Jets fan, even having a 4-5 record is just wow, holy shit! Like we're not usually here. It's usually 1 and something.
Like,
I know last year, but
Tim, the Giants were 7-2, and I was acting like I was in the Canyon of Heroes. Like
you get something, you gotta take it.
Dude, we won one game, and we won one game on a missed field goal, and I was hanging the banner. Like I was like, this team is different.
Yeah. Well, now let me ask you a question because now we're gonna go around the league and talk about some pitiful teams. Let's start with the Carolina Panthers. They're 1-8. They just lose to the Chicago Bears 16-13.
Although our last episode was Friday.
Fair enough, but I'm just saying, is there any bright side?
You just gotta hope Bryce Young improves. That's really all I got because you don't have a draft pick this year.
It just looks bleak.
You just gotta hope Bryce Young improves. You just gotta hope he improves. Because here's the thing, he's found himself a number one target with Adam Thielen. That is,
but is he a number one target? Is he a number is that what you want going?
He is, but like there's
they got so many O-line troubles.
Yeah.
I just don't see this turning around not in the next year, not in the next two. I think this is like they're in the long run here. It
It's
might
a
be a
project.
3-4 year build for them. Yeah,
It's a
it's a real
project.
project.
It's a project. Which sucks to say because Bryce Young's an outstanding quarterback, but
I want to see him have some time. It's hard to say what he's going to be when he's got 2 seconds and then there's 4 defensive linemen about to kill him.
it is
It's hard
fate.
to tell what
Yeah.
he's going to be.
Although he did have a very bad game against the Colts last week, but that's
Well, this
irrelevant.
Colts game was just ugh. And they're still
Speaking
on a
of the
playoff
Colts,
hope.
I stayed up. I not stayed up. I got up early to watch that game. Tim, I won't lie. I rode your Colts -1.5 bet.
I would too.
From the spreadsheet. Yes. Speaking of the spreadsheet, disaster.
We'll figure it out.
Disaster
We'll go
for
by
me.
point system. Yeah, we're gonna go by
Yeah.
point system. And I'm
We're gonna
killing
go by
Stan, then.
points. We're gonna up 9. You're up 9. Anything can happen.
All right.
Up 9
All right.
points. 9 points. Not bad. Not bad at all. Mac Jones gets benched for the last possession of the game. All I gotta say is, what the fuck is Bill Belichick doing?
How much longer do you think he has there? Like
This
realistically,
is his last year. I think that I think this is his last year. I think he's done.
you better hope they don't get Drake May before you can.
I mean, right now we're ahead of him.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, right now we're. I think honestly the Giants have the best spot to go number 1 because we need because the Panthers need to win some games. That's definite. They're 1-8. They're taking on. They got the Cowboys, Titans, Bucks, Saints in their next 4. Giants in their next 4, I believe it is Washington, who they always beat. That kind of scares me. Washington, New England, big one. Big one, New England.
You got to lose that one.
You got to lose that one. Then they're bye. Big one again because the Packers have a top 5 pick right now. Packers has got to lose that one too. And then the Saints. That's their next 4 games. But
That's a few easy losses in my book.
yeah, you gotta lose these games if we're looking to take that next step. Because remember, now here's the thing: I don't think that Joe Shane was left with no choice to pay Daniel Jones after his performance in that playoff game. He was left with no choice because you can't just win a playoff game when you're And people are like, I saw like some people were like comparing it to like Trent Dilfer.
No.
No,
this
first
guy,
off, no. Trent Dilfer did not win a Super Bowl. Well, no, he won a Super Bowl. Sorry, Daniel Jones did not win a Super Bowl. Number 2, Trent Dilfer was getting like 130 yards a game, while Daniel Jones put up. And I'm not defending Daniel Jones here, but I'm just saying how Daniel Jones put up like 350 yards passing and almost 100 yards rushing in that game against the Vikings.
Yeah,
They
and you
had
know
no
what? It's
choice
not.
to pay him.
But it's not even that. It's the build-up. You know, we've gotten every year we've seen progression from him. Realistically, I mean, you keep going. It got up to last season where he played his best. That was his best season so far.
When they had an easy schedule, but
well, I'm not going to bring that up, but I was going to say everyone. You know, you're paying the man.
Tim, we can bring up the schedule all we want now.
All right. Well, they made the playoffs. They win a playoff game. You have a guy that's leading you to win a playoff game. You know,
Yeah.
honestly, with a team last year who no one expected to be there. I get the contract.
Nobody's
I get
a wide receiver.
Yeah, I get why they paid him. But that being said, he's underperformed
Yeah.
to the lowest extent. He has been terrible. Now you're paying a guy a ton of money. What's the next? You draft a quarterback. What's your next step? I don't know what you do.
To draft a quarterback. They have no choice.
So then what's the next step is my question. Like, what's your next step handling this Daniel Jones contract? Are you going to bench Drake May for, a whole year and maybe see if he progresses? But then...
Well, here's the thing. Jones with the ACL, I think he comes back like October, November-ish. So,
Wait, but what are you doing with him? You going to pay that man to be a backup that much money?
So, I don't know. Well, here's the thing. The contract is very front-loaded. So, it's very front-loaded. So, they can have him back up for a year and then trade him off because he isn't going to cost that much money anymore.
I don't know. It's just it seems like a bad situation right now.
I don't know. We mentioned C.J. Stroud before. I want to talk about him.
Wow,
are the
what a
Texans winning? Are the Texans winning this division? Is my question to you, straight up.
Probably.
I'm all in. I'm all in on the fucking Texans, man.
CJ Stroud's found his guys. His O line's been decent. The D line's played well. They've been getting clutch drives. This isn't the first week he's gone down and drove them downfield to win, on a winning drive to win the game. I don't like Tank Dell. Like, are those really the number one options?
Tank Dell's good.
I'm not saying he's bad, but when you get to a playoff game, it's like, you like to see guys step up.
If the Houston Texans get to the playoffs, I think they'll be more than happy than just making it than winning one.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with
after
that.
What they've been through.
Yeah,
after what they've been through.
No, you're right. Are they better than the Jaguars though? Is that really like what I know? After this week, it's tough to say. After this, the 34-3 is tough. It's tough when you lose 34-3. I know that.
Yeah,
but
it's tough on your home field too.
Ugh.
But my thing with the Jaguars is they have a first place schedule. So they're going. So they. I mean, we'll find. We'll really get a sense of who's going to win that division in 2 weeks when the Jaguars play the Texans. But this week, Jaguars take on the Titans. Then they have 3 AFC North opponents in 3 weeks after that Texans game. They have the Bengals on Monday night. Then they have at Cleveland, and then they're home Sunday night against the Ravens. And then they finish off pretty easy with the Bucs, the Panthers, and the Titans.
Yeah, but those 3 games, those are all 3 teams that I would say are better.
Those are tough games, especially after the Browns. What the Browns just did.
Yeah. I don't want to say they're the favorites in the division. I'm still going to ride with the Jaguars even after 34-3. I know, but no, the Texans are legit. They're putting up a fight. I don't think if this isn't the year, maybe next.
Look at the remaining schedule for the Texans. It after seeing what CJ Stroud has done, come on, you got the Cardinals and the Jaguars. Then you have the Broncos and then the Jets. That's going to depend on if who knows, that might be Aaron Rodgers' first game back if he plays. Tennessee, Cleveland, Tennessee, Indianapolis.
Damn.
I feel like we'll get a more clear answer after November 26th, which is when the Texans play. Which is when the Texans play the Jaguars.
It's such a hard question. I don't know. That's such a hard question.
It is a hard question.
I'd love to see the Texans make the playoffs. I'd love to. When was the last time they were good? Aaron Foster?
J.J. Watt? Well, no, Deshaun Watson.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, but I mean, there was a few years where they were terrible with him.
Oh yeah. They would always get that Saturday wild card game and lose on their home field and get embarrassed
every time.
Every time. What other games?
Steelers get another win.
Mike Tomlin is gonna win Coach of the Year. He's gonna win Coach of the Year.
Can we start talking about him maybe being up for best coach of all time? I mean, this guy's winningness is unbelievable.
Here's the thing: if we the thing that blows my mind is Steeler fans still complain, which they have a right to, because with this roster, the fact that Mike Tomlin is 6-3 with this roster and this offensive coordinator, where you see all throughout Pittsburgh and Philly, chants of fire. You're hearing Fire Canada chants at Pirate games back in September. You're hearing Fire Canada chants at Penguins games right now. I would assume that Steeler fans are Sixers fans because there's no NBA team in Pittsburgh, so they're the sole NBA team in Pennsylvania. But nonetheless, you're still hearing Fire Canada at Sixers games.
But how can you not feel the same way?
Even though they went 6-3 is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Kenny Pickett threw for 126 yards with a QBR of 24.4, and they won. He was terrible. He did not have a good game. I know Jaylen Warren had 101 rushing yards, touchdown. Najee Harris, 82 rushing yards, touchdown. Great run game.
You see, Jaylen Warren was just named RB1.
Damn. There goes Najee Harris fantasy owners.
Yeah. Jaylen Warren fantasy owners
are up.
We up, baby. We up. Yeah, but the Steelers, what was their total? I think their total was at 8.5, 9.5 maybe going into the preseason. I remember saying the fact that Mike Tomlin got 9 wins last year with a rookie quarterback and
he's going to do it again.
He's going to do it again. Yeah, they might even win 10 games. And probably not make the playoffs with how competitive the AFC is.
Stan, I would not be, and this is terrible. Okay, I would be shocked. I would be shocked if they won the division, but I wouldn't be that shocked. Seriously,
it's Mike Tomlin.
It's Mike. I just don't understand how they're second place right now.
I don't understand either. I don't. They just find ways to win, and they just find ways to win games.
They're a chippy team. They have a great defense. They had 2 picks last game, which clearly, I mean, if you could win football games, you're getting extra possessions. But
Yeah, man.
damn, the Steelers team's an anomaly to me.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait for these next as a neutral fan. I cannot wait for these next couple of weeks because
Well, the Jets got a tough road.
early to mid December, we're gonna get a good understanding of who's in and who's not. But I do want to say, God damn, I think the Detroit Lions might win the fucking Super Bowl.
What a team they are.
Are you kidding me?
That's just ridiculous.
Just the balls on Dan Campbell, the balls to go for it,
Get it, and then
in
hit the field goal
range, and get it.
He's a maniac. He's a maniac, and they got a good. Jared Goff is an elite quarterback. I don't want to hear what anyone else has to say anymore. Jared Goff is an elite quarterback. I mean, 333 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He had no turnovers, and he's a legit number 1 receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown, like a legit top 10, looking at top 10 receiver in the game.
Wow,
this is a scary team. This is a scary team, Stan.
They are a scary team, and then now that Jahmyr Gibbs is getting involved in the run game,
I know, finally,
a whole new element.
And the fact that him getting involved with touches and David Montgomery, them splitting, and David Montgomery still putting up 116 yards is, they could have, like, this 2-man backfield right now is going crazy.
This is a deep team, man. This is a deep team.
Yeah, they are just.
This is a deep team. Ben Johnson,
they're a good football team.
I'm curious to see what happens next year because there's no doubt in my mind that Ben Johnson is getting a head coaching job next year.
Yeah, especially after this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. But just to see what he's gonna do, unbelievable.
Yeah,
I can't even believe it. The Chargers,
my Super Bowl favorite. Now, the Chargers, they didn't play bad, did they?
They did not. No, Keenan Allen had a phenomenal game. It's just that
they're Austin Eckler.
They're just an unlucky team.
Yeah, it seems like week in, week out this happens to them.
It's like it's usually, and I know, like, usually after the Chargers have a loss like this, we always like point to blame Brandon Staley for doing something stupid. He didn't really do anything stupid this game, at least.
Yeah, no, I mean this was just it was a slugfest. It was to air the ball out. It's air raid. Let's see what happens. And honestly, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it was an air raid, but they had 167, like 200 rushing yards too. This was just an all offensive game. It was great. It was a fun game
awesome
to watch.
It was fun to watch. Yeah.
I want to talk about this Baltimore game because we can flip over there. Another fun game to watch. Wow, this Cleveland defense is good. This is 2 picks.
Something I don't know what to. Again, it's the same thing with the Steelers. I don't know what to think of them. It's just like
I don't know what Deshaun Watson is. That's my question mark.
They've secretly won 4 out of their last 5. 4 out of their last 5. Like again, they play the Steelers this week in Cleveland. We could get more of a clearer sense of who's going to take
what
that
this division is.
of what this division is.
Jerome Ford's playing well. God, this
the
team
Bengals,
is.
on the other hand, it's like what are the Bengals doing?
Most interesting division in football.
Are they gonna miss the playoffs?
That's what I'm saying. Right now, they're in the worst spot. Like I would not be shocked if they played. If it came down to sort of a, somewhat towards the end, it became to like 1 or 2 games, and Pittsburgh kind of sneaks up to that one. Maybe we see a 3-team race.
Maybe
see who's gonna finish in the 1 spot because
maybe
7-3, 6-3, 6-3, 5-4. This is a tough division.
It's gonna be fun. I can't wait for December now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. We're only a couple weeks away from it, but it's definitely gonna be fun.
Speaking of a team that's fun and having a fun time to win, Joshua Dobbs gets another dub in Minnesota.
Another one.
What is there a culture change? I know Kirk Cousins was a good leader, but they seem to be rallying behind Joshua Dobbs.
I don't think it's a culture change because those guys would die for Kirk Cousins, but I feel like he's more. He just fits that system where it kind of gives the receivers a break, if you know what I mean, because Kirk.
Yeah.
Not
He can
really
move.
the running type. Yeah,
He
like
can
Dobbs
move.
can move. It brings a whole new element to this offense.
He rushed for another touchdown.
I like Josh Dobbs a lot. I like him a lot. I just had to move.
Talk
my
about a guy I
computer
also
'cause-
like a lot. Jameis Winston. What the hell? This guy is just every time he plays,
Did
it
you
break
notice
even.
Did you notice that when Jameis Winston came in, Chris Olave was more effective?
Yeah, but I also noticed the 2 picks he threw because that's just how Jameis plays. And I noticed also one of his touchdowns was a double team jump ball, and he was like, "Let's fuck it, let's see what happens."
I love him. I love Jameis. All right. Moving on to college football. New rankings will be revealed tonight. It looks like they're going to stay the same. I would assume
Nothing's changing. Nothing's
Nothing's going to change. Let's talk about this Michigan game.
Holy! You don't run the ball in the second half. That is ballsy. Jesus, this team
Well,
scares me.
You don't throw the ball in the second half.
I mean, I'm sorry, only run the ball. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's Well, first off, Jim Harbaugh got suspended by the Big Ten for
Assistant
the
coach
rest of the regular.
crying. Like these guys are nuts.
Rip Jim Harbaugh. Rip Jim Harbaugh.
They're acting like he's dead, which is crazy to me. They got it's like Michigan versus everybody. Like we miss Harbaugh.
Jim's saying they're America's team because of the adversity that they faced.
No, I hate Michigan, but they're scary.
They're a scary team. Corum, McCarthy, like there's and who's that? Donovan Edwards. Like
Dude, their
this
defense is nuts. They have like an NFL D line.
Yeah. I just want to mention Penn State. As a Penn State sibling, James Franklin needs to get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Stan, did I just hear you say bring back Sandusky?
No. Not at all. Good God. Drew Aller, I mean, the poor kid, Jesus Christ. Can't fucking throw the ball. Can't fucking find anyone. The run game was non-existent. They couldn't even get across midfield. But the fact, it's just the same thing with Penn State every year. They win the games that they're expected to win, and they lose the games that they are expected to lose in.
They're just
and those 2 games that they're expected to lose in every year is the Michigan-Ohio State game. If Michigan and Ohio State both make the playoff, they likely will, Penn State's getting that Big Ten spot in the Rose Bowl. And then that's just what they settle for every year.
Yeah, that's not something you really want to settle for, especially when you're one of these powerhouse schools that's getting thrown around
and
with top tier names to start the year.
Franklin brings in these recruits. Like, he consistently brings in a top 5 recruiting class every year.
They just don't get it done.
And at that point, it's just coaching.
Yeah.
At that point, it's just coaching.
Well, now we're talking about coaching. Jimbo Fisher, get out of here.
Yeah, get out of town.
And you're not getting Dan Lanning, because why would he want to go to a worse program? Why would you not want to leave? Nah, he shut him down. He shut him down.
He shut him down?
Yeah, he said, I'm not leaving.
Oh, shit.
He said, everything I want exists right here.
Okay. So, I'll in January when he goes to Texas A&M, just
shut
remember
up.
this episode and just say I told you so.
Hey, Stan, all I'm saying is Florida State loses to Northern Alabama. We're looking at it. Maybe we're sinking in there.
They played Northern Alabama?
Oh, they're going to smoke them. The game that I'm worried about, if Oregon State can beat Washington, holy crap, Stan. We're looking at a chance here. We're fighting another day.
I'm trying. Wait, where's I gotta wait. Are they actually playing South Alabama? Or North Alabama? Jesus Christ! There isn't even a line.
No, why would there be? They're 3-7.
They're not even D1. I think they're FCS.
Yeah, no, this is just one of those games they got to play. This week's kind of boring, to be honest with you. There's a few good games.
It is. There's Georgia Tennessee is going to be all right. I know Tennessee's
Washington Oregon State is a big game.
Yeah, that's a big game. Washington Oregon State.
I guess
Oregon
Kansas State's going to be fun. I know. Stan, I'm excited. This could be the game.
Don't get too ahead of yourself. I'm rooting for you, although I do like Michael Penix. I am rooting for you here.
It's at Oregon State, though. It's tough to play at Oregon State.
Yeah, it's a tough place to play. Oh damn, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Let me ask you, Stan. Let me ask you a question.
Good month of sports coming up.
Think Tennessee's got a shot
to beat Georgia?
Yeah.
No, are you fucking kidding me? They got
Come
dogged.
on, I want Georgia to get knocked off.
They got dogged last week by Missouri, your favorite team. But yeah, I don't know what to think about this one. This whole week.
It's boring. That's all I got to say about it. Arizona State's not going to be a fun game to watch for Oregon. The spread's at 24, is like 23.5. I mean, that's not even
for which game.
Why would I want to watch that?
Well,
Oregon versus Arizona State.
Last time, Arizona State had a. You know, Brandon Ayuk was on that team. I had no idea.
I did not know that either.
That's how long ago that was. Brandon Ayuk was on that team. Do you know who the quarterback was?
Who?
Jaden Daniels, who is the current starting quarterback for LSU.
All right. Wow, I did not know that.
Ready to be?
That at all.
Feel old?
A little bit.
Continue with the Oregon propaganda, Tim, because I gotta go charge my computer. Give the people what they want.
Not what they want, but what I want is Rutgers against. I know we're talking about Penn State. They're playing Rutgers this week. Spread's at 20.5. I don't know if Rutgers covered last week. I don't think they did.
They did not. They didn't even score a point.
Yeah, they didn't. I like Rutgers spread this week. That's my best bet. I have something about this team. Listen, it's only at 20.5. It could be like UL Monroe and Ole Miss, which is at 37. I'm shocked it's even at 37. I figured it'd be at 40, but they got a chance. Rutgers has got a chance.
I don't know. Top 6 going into this week, Tim. What do you think? Probably the same as.
I don't think anything changes. Yeah, why would anything change?
I don't think. Well, maybe Georgia goes 1.
No, you can't move Ohio State right now.
Fair. Also, my propaganda. We need Clemson to lose this week, and then for them to win next week. We also need Georgia Tech to lose to Syracuse this week. We also need Rutgers to go 1-1 for these next 2 weeks. You know why?
They make a bowl game?
I want a Clemson-Rutgers Pinstripe Bowl so bad.
Well,
bad.
I know Clemson's at -6.5. I don't see why North Carolina can't get this done. Can you?
So bad. I want just imagine Dabo Swinney doing his signature sprint out of the Yankee bullpen. Like,
he's gonna.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that?
All I'm gonna say is let's hope Drake May gets it done this week.
We sleep in May. We sleep in May. Just please, Drake. Drake and Quez Watkins, please. This is the only time I'll ever root for North Carolina. Please, God.
Get it done.
Win this football game. Win this game. I think they have ACC title hopes too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, this game seems a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Oh, well.
No.
Okay, Louisville's got a chance. It's Louis. Remember, it's there's no division. So right now the ACC championship game would be Florida State Louisville. If Louisville loses, I think they're 1-point favorites against Miami on the road.
Wait, why did we do that? Jets just released Michael Carter.
Whoa!
Running back, not the cornerback, not the nickel.
I know.
Why?
Makes sense. He's an ass.
I get it. He's your receiving back. That doesn't really make any sense to me. I understand you're trying to get Dalvin Cook more involved, but
wow, that's huge.
Damn. All right. Wow. Well, I just got to get that out.
Wow. Yeah, but I'm really thinking that if Louisville loses to Miami, what are they? 1-point favorite? Are they at home? No, they're on the road. They're 1-point favorites on the road. North Carolina goes into Death Valley, beats Clemson.
It can happen, is what you're saying.
I'm just saying, like, I want a Clemson Rutgers Pinstripe Bowl. I want to go to Yankee Stadium and see Dabo Swinney. Like,
I'm not against it. I would love to see that.
Oh my God. See him run out of the Yankee Bowl, man. Oh, that's gonna
just to see Rutgers football at Yankee Stadium would be electric.
I think they have a higher chance of making the Pinstripe Bowl than Clemson does. Rutgers.
Well, fingers crossed.
7-5. 7-5.
Fingers
Because
crossed.
we know Georgia Tech's losing that last game of the year against Georgia. That's a definite. Syracuse has to beat them. Please, God.
Fingers
Syracuse,
crossed.
please. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I
Okay.
want to ask you a real question about college basketball here, Stan, and maybe just a program in general. Is JMU on the map? Is JMU on the map?
JMU's on the map. JMU is America's team.
Are you confirming that?
Jim Harbaugh said that Michigan was America's team. No, it's JMU football and JMU basketball.
JMU football leads the nation in sacks? I'm pretty sure. If anyone wanted to know, I can't believe they won. I cannot believe they won against Michigan State. I don't understand. Like this team, and now we're looking at this college lineup. You got Duke at 9. Another one I want to just started, but out of the first few games, Stan, and anybody surprising you? I just want to. That's all I want to ask. Anybody really surprising you in these first few games?
I think that these for college basketball we're talking about, right?
Yeah, team wise.
Arizona surprised the hell out of me on Friday. They're a good team. They're likely going to win the Pac-12, and I know it's early, but they're definitely up there for Final Four considerations.
I just want to let everyone know before Stan even goes deeper. Stan is like on fire for college basketball picks. I know he may have had a little bit of a rough patch coming up, but he started 5-1. He started 5-1. So we're gonna introduce something.
4-5 on Friday.
I understand that. We're gonna start something that is associated with something. This is just Stan, and I don't even think I told him. Oh, I did. I brought it up, but I don't think we're doing it. The college basketball ladder challenge. Stan will have a pick for you Thursday. We're gonna go nuts on that. It starts now. Oh, we're doing a ladder. And I'm going to say shout out to Jack O'Gommons because that's a man.
Wait. Okay. Shout out to the idea. I was very open to the idea. I think that we should wait until
football's over?
Not till football's over, but until like the regular season dies down, and then like because I want to do it like because every day there's like intense college basketball, and like December, January, February is like intense. Because like right now it's like mid-season tournaments, like games are starting at like 11:30 in the morning, so there would not be time. But I am definitely open to that idea in like January,
ask
February.
You, Stan, because today Duke does play Michigan State at 7. So what is your best bet for today? If we're gonna take one, that's a very interesting college basketball game people might tune into, and I just want to know what you're thinking.
Follow Dan Layton CBB on TikTok for more.
Man's plugging himself.
I'm not saying my picks. I said my picks on the podcast last week, and they did not do well.
You'll see him on the account.
Well, yeah. Well, I just realized I forgot about that guy. He was a hard knock stud. The running back, the rookie.
Guy the Jets they just called up?
Is he something?
Yeah. They took him off practice squad, right? Yeah. I mean, I get it, but we'll see.
Oh, he's been terrible. Yeah, but big week tonight. Not big week. Big game tonight for Duke. They're favored by 3.5. Good get-right game. Michigan State. Michigan State has hit like 2 threes all season.
Get me out there.
Yeah, which means that they'll hit 30 tonight.
I was just about to say that they'll probably go 20 for 25.
Yeah, so we'll see.
NBA in-season tournament games today.
Oh, yeah, it's Tuesday. Fuck.
A lot of games on. A ton, actually. The one I'll be keying in on is the Lakers-Grizzlies. Yeah. I want to see if the Grizzlies can turn it around. They're selling ticket prices at $4. They can't hit any jump shots.
Dude,
They're
bad.
2-8. It's really bad over there.
Bad. Oh, it's bad.
Another game I'm keying in on is Clippers-Nuggets. Can the Clippers figure it out? James Harden's been terrible.
I'm looking at Timberwolves-Warriors.
I know you're looking at that.
I'm in love with this Timberwolves team. I feel like they finally found their they found their they're a together team now. Anthony Edwards looks like the second coming of Jesus Christ. Karl Anthony Towns has learned his role. Same with Rudy Gobert. I know there were some issues last year with the whole teammates fighting each other before the play-in game, but I really, really like the Timberwolves early. Another team I like, Dallas Mavericks. 8-2.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to argue Mavericks. I think for me, the Timberwolves need to show me a little bit more because I've kind of seen something like this, not to start a season, but we saw it with Utah last year. We've seen teams kind of crumble, fall apart. I just want to see if they can stay consistent because, again, this is a locker room that's had a lot of problems in the past. There's been a lot of head case issues. I hope they can keep it together because they're a fun team to watch, and we'll see. But I'm really not hoping sooner rather than later people figure out how to beat them down low with the two big men of Rudy Gobert and Cat. I just don't think that system's going to work out. I don't think it has in the past. I don't know if it will continue, but
No, my AirPods went out. Ah, shit.
you're fine. I can hear you.
And wait, why won't this fucking connect? This is so awkward. Tim?
Anyway, while Stan tries to figure out how to connect. Yeah, Stan, I can hear you.
There we go. Perfect.
Well,
All right, I can hear you.
39-year-old LeBron James.
Yeah.
39-year-old LeBron James, Stan. What the hell? This guy is completely just. I know you don't see eye to eye with how great he is with me, but come on. He's 39 years old. He's completely hooping. He's taking over games. Is this Lakers team really? Do they have a shot? Do they have a shot at the title?
They need help.
Well, they're injured. They're
all.
losing wing guys. They haven't got their wing guys back.
I know. But I just think that I just think they need a couple. They need to. Rob Pelinka needs to do what he does best and get guys at the trade deadline.
3-and-D guy.
Speaking of the trade deadline, do you know who needs pieces at the trade deadline?
The Knicks.
No, the Golden State Warriors.
Yes, they do. I don't think this Chris Paul thing's going to work out as well as other people did.
It's just like Steph can't be the entire offense. Clay's been doing shit.
But we all kind of knew that, and Draymond's not an offensive guy. You lose. Yeah. The thing is, they had that other weapon with Jordan Poole last year. I understand you don't want to give him the reins, and he takes reckless shots. I get that. He's a young player. But he is a scorer. You had two guys. You had a guy who can come off the bench, officially put up points for you. Now you get Chris Paul. I don't know. It's not all working out in dreamland.
Yeah. I love this. I love when the Champions Classic rolls around. When, because Duke, Kentucky, Kansas are, the right teams to be in it. But then you have Michigan State, who has had one title since, 2000.
Forever.
Yeah. I think 2000 exactly, yeah. So I don't know why they call Izzo Mr. March, but anyway. Yeah, but I'm to go local now, the Knicks. They got a tough loss. Yeah.
Let's talk about that. I mean, I
He
know
looks good. He's got to stay
healthy.
From the
three. He's efficient from the three. That's all we needed. That's all you needed him to be. Finally get efficient from the three.
Yeah, but they've won 3 out of their last 4. They got a big win against the Clippers. They dominated the Spurs. Mitchell Robinson, oh my God, just sunned Wembanyama.
He was gonna happen.
Yeah, and then you get a big win on Sunday against the Spurs. I know you come off a back-to-back. You're down R.J. Barrett. They hung in there with the Celtics, but then they kind of ran away with it in the end. Boston, but I'm not that worried. I'm not that worried. I know they're 8-8. The record doesn't really show it, but not 8-8, 5-5. The record doesn't really show it, but get a big win on tomorrow against the Hawks. And then you got the in-season game against the Wizards. Should be an easy win.
Cavs don't play on Friday.
Yeah. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Knicks. I like Dante DiVincenzo. I think he looks really good. Fits under this team. The Villanova effect is huge. Speaking of Villanova, they lost to UPenn. I feel like that happens once in every... No, Tim, as a college basketball fan, Villanova plays UPenn every year, and they swap home court every year. Once every 4 to 5 years, UPenn just beats them, and it just goes under the radar. That's what happened last night.
I'm not shocked.
That's just what happened.
Yeah. You got me looking at Cavs stats now, trying to see if they could fix some things around. They'll figure it out.
Also,
they were unhealthy to start there.
My must-see game, NBA game of the week, Thunder Spurs
tonight.
Very excited for that.
Tune into that.
Sean McDermott said that he speaks to Josh Allen every day, but the decision to fire Ken Dorsey was his decision and only his decision.
Some problems going on in Buffalo. Add into the problems.
Heads got to roll. Heads have to roll after that. Like, offense crawls back after a shaky start, and then the defense puts on all of these errors.
They're so hurt. I mean, it
makes no sense to me.
It's so hard to pinpoint blame with them just because the injuries they've dealt on the defensive side of the ball and the turnovers Josh Allen's had. It's hard to pinpoint who's probably. I can't see it's anybody's real fault. No one expected them to be this hurt. But the fact that you're firing your offensive coordinator after being one of the most successful teams in the league of getting the ball downfield into the red zone, it's tough. It's tough.
I don't know. I'm not.
He'll get a job.
He'll get a job. Yeah, I don't know whether it's in college
Texas
or whatever.
A&M.
Maybe. Maybe we'll see. Is that it? We're gonna do NHL on Thursday. That's how we're gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna change it up a little bit. So NBA talk on Tuesdays and then NHL talk on Thursdays. I feel like that makes more sense.
Yeah, because at some point there's gonna be a lot to cover for both, and you can't just do it all.
Yeah, and plus they're in there's games every day, so you can't.
Yeah, so it's hard. It's hard. You can't it's hard. It's fine to pick one day, and then we'll just recap a week's full.
Perfect. My college basketball video should be up in about 15 minutes. Anyway, 0-5. That's all I'm going to tell you. 0-5. I picked you all. I picked losers. So
today's a new day.
Fade.
Today's a new day. Today's a new day.
Fade. Anyway, moving on to what I saw. Tim, what you got?
What did I see? I don't think I saw anything crazy. What did you see, Stan? Let me think.
My first one, I only have one.
You know what? I got one. It was Cortica this weekend. Cortica beat Ithaca. They won the Cortica Jug.
Yeah.
It was a fun weekend.
Tarpey scored a touchdown?
I don't think so, but they won 38-28.
Did we sign him to an NIL deal?
Yeah. No.
New York Sports Exchange athlete?
We're not there yet.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I have about $5.
Here's a Snickers.
I got $5 and a Snickers.
You're not you when you're hungry.
My what I saw is you're gonna hate me, but it's a fair what I saw. Duke. I'm going to Duke Baylor at the Garden December 20th.
Oh, nice. That's fair.
Boots on the ground. The kickoff to my 21st birthday.
There you go. That's an exciting kickoff.
Yes, great kickoff. I can't wait.
That'll be a great game.
Tim, are you ready for the party of the century?
Stan, I'm ready to go.
My 21st birthday.
I'm ready to go.
We're hitting Loon. We're hitting
everything.
No matter what.
We're hitting everything.
No. Bar crawl?
Stan, I'm setting this thing up nice. We're gonna have a good time.
Bar crawl. We're gonna do a bar crawl.
It'll happen.
Just go it will happen. Yes.
Why not?
I'm very excited. Very excited. It depends on what happens though, because the Rangers are also playing the Oilers on that day. So maybe I could
double down.
Yo, Dolan, what's going on?
See what happens.
My pal Jim. Oh, that's another one I saw. The Sphere lost $100 million.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable amount of money.
I am manifesting Dolan having
bankruptcy.
To go bankrupt and having to sell the Knicks.
Yeah, that would be his first asset he loses. Knicks or the Rangers.
Oh,
actually,
yeah. The Knicks and the Rangers are the two.
Rangers it might come down to who he gets to keep one.
I think
he'd keep the Knicks. Rangers are more valuable.
He would keep the Knicks. No, the Knicks are more valuable than the Rangers money-wise.
I don't know. Rangers rack in $2.5 billion.
The Knicks rack up 2.8.
All right, let's see.
I know it's a $300,000 difference, but I don't know. Yeah, but I'm manifesting. The rich may get richer. Philly will look into a trade for Zach LaVine, but is more likely to make a deal closer to the deadline.
I take that back completely. Jesus Christ.
What?
Oh
the Sixers are just going to fall off?
No. But my valuation thing. They're the fifth sixth highest evaluated franchise in all of professional sports. I don't even know the Rangers are on this list.
Yeah, I don't think the Rangers are. Yeah, like the Knicks are
You're
always
right.
in that like top 10 of Forbes most valuable franchises.
This is current 20. I mean, in
I
2020,
would assume
they were
I would assume
3
he-
in 2020.
Yeah, I would assume that he would get rid of the team that's most expensive.
True, but maybe he wants to keep that as a valuable asset. Yeah, who cares? I'm not trying to get in this talk.
I don't know. Good UFC fight. Did you watch it?
I did. It was a great UFC fight.
Yes. Tom Aspinall, a hero. Alex Pereira, also a hero. He wants Israel Adesanya, but Adesanya is not fighting for the next 3 fucking years. I'll tell you that.
Didn't he come out and say that?
Yeah, I hate him. I don't like Adesanya.
No need to get in on that.
Also, UFC also did announce. Dana White said that they are looking to have an event in the Sphere September
would be
of
sick.
2024.
I hope I can see that on TV and look awesome.
Also, the target for McGregor Chandler is UFC 300 in April.
I can't wait to see McGregor fight again. Yeah, there's a lot of sports going on. It's good. It's a good time.
I think I've seen Conor McGregor everywhere but the gym. So I love Michael Chandler. So
you know what? I'm not even in for the
gonna
fight.
Michael Chandler.
I'm not even in for the fight. It's all the
just
pre-fight.
for the entertainment.
It's all the pre-fight.
Yeah, that's fair. It's all the pre-fight. But I hope it's not like.
I hope it's like Aldo again.
Yeah, but like the second
was
Poirier
awesome.
fight. The
He
second
went to
Poirier
Brazil
fight
and
was
you said he was the king of Rio de Janeiro, bro. His feet were up on the table.
De Janeiro.
Whatever. Feet were up on the
Jesus
table.
Christ.
He's
We're
going
not the smartest
crazy.
here. Yeah, but his
It's
pre-fight
pronunciations that kill me. You know that.
Yeah. It's his pre-fight though for the second Poirier fight. He was like this like Mr. Nice Guy, and then the third fight he was like
an asshole.
Your wife's in my fucking DM.
Yeah. I hope he's an asshole again. I'd love that.
Yeah, he's better when he's a jet. He's better.
That's
when
our
he's a
fun
jack.
fact of the day. He's better when he's a jerk.
Conor McGregor is better when he's a jackass.
There you go. Fun fact of the day.
Our other fun fact of the day. Very nice episode today. Probably our smoothest episode yet.
In a while, I finally get good internet connection.
Who is one of the? I didn't know. You will not know that.
No, ask.
You sure?
Go for it.
I kind of lost it. Yeah, it's gone now.
Pick another one.
Whatever. Is the sun a yellow dwarf star?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think
More
it's not very
precisely,
big.
It's not a star. It's actually a yellow dwarf.
Yeah, it's not very big.
It appears
in
yellow
sense
to
to other
the Earth.
stars.
So stars generally get bigger as they grow older
and expand and explode.
Yes. The sun does not. Well, it's going to, but
explode, yeah.
Not for billions and billions of years.
And I thought I wouldn't have to deal with that in kindergarten.
You did not.
I mean, it was like back in the day. I was always so nervous. I was like, the sun's gonna explode one day. But I'm like, my concept of time at that point was just completely just.
I found out that the sun was going to explode when I was a freshman in high school, and because you know me, I'm not into that space shit. Yeah, exactly. But I remember it was like a snow day. And it was me, Jack Scanlon, and Mike Morrissey. We were playing PlayStation. We got bored, and we each bought this fucking Jeopardy Wheel of Fortune bundle for like $20. It was yeah, it was for like $20. And one of like the Jeopardy questions was like talking about like the sun exploding. I was like, the sun's gonna explode.
Yeah, I thought, I'm gonna just say this now. When I was younger, like a lot younger, when I was like 6, I thought the sun exploding and quicksand were gonna be my 2 biggest issues in life. So.
I thought quicksand was going to be a big issue.
It's a hard hitting.
After watching that movie in 4th grade, I forget what it was called, but I remember the horse getting like stuck in the quicksand and then just like sinking to its eventual death.
Oh, it's No, I'm not. That's not the one I'm thinking of. I was thinking of the Blazing Saddles scene when they get stuck, but I don't want to talk about that.
Hang on. Oh, the Never-Ending Story.
There you go.
Yes, there it is. All right. That's going to wrap it up. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Be sure to like this video, drop a comment on this video, subscribe to our YouTube. Be sure to follow us and rate us on Spotify.
5 stars.
5 stars only. And we will see you guys for our picks and predictions for NFL Week 11.
Go Jets.
Flying by. Flying by. Just get that number 1 pick, Giants. Just get that number 1 pick.
That's all you need.
Okay. All we need. All we need. All right. Peace out, guys.